Hey guys, today I want to talk about the recent drama surrounding some Roblox animators. As many of you know, a few months ago, Potmer was exposed for being a creep, which shocked a lot of people in the community. Now, another well-known animator, Kamguyza, who has over 2 million subscribers, has also been exposed. This situation is getting even more serious, and in this video, I'll be talking about everything that's happened so far. But before we begin, I'd really appreciate it if you guys could drop a like and subscribe. Now, let's begin. So, Kamguyza used to make R63 animations. If you don't know what that is, it's basically really inappropriate content that kids should definitely not be watching. It has no place in the Roblox community at all. Before he started making regular videos, Kamguyza was creating these weird animations, and the craziest part is that they were getting millions of views. Like, I'm not even kidding, one of them got over 4.1 million views. Just think about that, a single video with that kind of content got over 4 million views. It's honestly insane how many people are watching this. And with all those views, you can probably guess, he made a ton of money from those disgusting videos. Roblox content already gets decent ad revenue, and with millions of views, he must have made thousands of dollars off of them. It's honestly messed up that he was profiting from content like that, but now he's trying to hide all of it. Recently, he started privating those old videos, probably hoping people would forget about his past, but the internet doesn't forget, and people have already saved clips and screenshots proving that he used to make that kind of content. But the bad thing is that he didn't really stop making these weird videos. Kamguyza used to take other Roblox YouTubers and he would put them in his weird videos, turning them into something really weird, and would act like they were just a meme, like a joke, but we know it's obviously not funny or normal. It's really disgusting. Oh, and real quick, Kamguyza is 20 years old. Just think about that for a second. A grown man making Roblox R63 videos on a platform that's mostly filled with kids. That's just beyond weird. It's one thing if some random teenagers are making dumb content, but when you're a full-grown adult creating this kind of stuff, it's just creepy. And if you guys know Ruben Sim, the guy who's known for calling out creeps and weirdos in the Roblox community, he actually confronted Kamguyza about this. You'd think after being exposed by someone like Ruben, he'd at least try to clean up his image, but nope, he didn't take the videos down. He just ignored it and left them up, acting like it wasn't a big deal. And yeah, that ended up being a huge mistake. Now, pretty much everyone in the Roblox community is calling him out, his name is everywhere, and people aren't letting this slide. At this point, his reputation is pretty much destroyed. And when people asked him why he made those weird videos, he didn't even give a real answer. Instead, he just replied with meme gifs like it was some kind of joke. That's honestly such an immature response, especially from a 20-year-old. He's not even addressing any of the messed up stuff he's done. He's just hiding behind memes. Just like Potmer, he's trying to act like nothing happened, hoping people will forget. And the crazy part is, it's actually working. He recently uploaded a short called It's Fine, where he straight up says, I know you guys probably hate me now, but it's okay. But instead of getting called out, his comment section is filled with people supporting him like nothing ever happened. There are even people donating to him in the comments, since most of his audience is probably little kids, and they probably don't know what's going on, so he's barely getting any hate for what he did. Instead, people are literally giving him money. And yeah, he's still getting millions of views every day, and of course, YouTube doesn't care like the usual. They are not gonna get banned. Because Kamguyza is getting millions of views every day, and there are even kids donating money to him in the comments. So if he's still making a lot of money, and probably more than before since he's getting super thanks comments, then he's definitely making a lot of money, so why would YouTube ban him? And he's been exposed for sending a screenshot of his Roblox character with no clothes on to a 16-year-old. By the way, he was 20 at that time. And it's not very old too. This just happened in January 2025. And when many YouTubers asked him about this stuff, he just kept responding with memes. So after he saw many Expose videos, he decided to make a response on his community tab. Okay, well first let's talk about the disgusting videos Kamguyza was creating, alright? So Kamguyza put out this statement basically admitting that he's been making R63 clickbait videos for the past few years. If you don't know, R63 in the Roblox community is usually gender swapped or, let's just say suggestive content. He says he stopped doing it at the end of 2023, but even though he deleted his old videos, they're still out there. He even linked a fandom page about himself, probably because people have been bringing up his old videos. It kinda seems like he's trying to move on from it, but let's be real, once something's on the internet, it never fully disappears. So Kamguyza is basically defending himself by explaining where he got the ideas for some of his videos. At 1:20 in Guango's video, he says he got the idea from a Minecraft video that he thought was funny, so he made a Roblox version. He even links to the original Minecraft video and a tweet about it. Then at 1:34, he talks about the Anime Studio meme trend. He says he made a Roblox version of it, but he's confused about why people are connecting it to R63 or R34 content. He also links another video and a tweet. Then someone asks why there's a character named Loppy in the video. Kamguyza responds by saying that back then Loppy wasn't famous yet. He just added him without knowing who PM Damien and the others were. At 3:25, he admits that he made certain videos just for views and turned them off a long time ago. At 4:19, he talks about doing 2020 content, whatever that means in this context, and mentions Ruben and Potimer. At 4:44, he admits that he was making videos without permission and earning money from them, which people saw as promoting stolen content. He says he didn't delete them earlier because they made him a lot of income, so he was hesitant. Then, at 6:26, he admits he wanted to threaten someone because they kept asking about R63 and he found it annoying. He also says his English isn't great, which might explain some of the miscommunication. At 6:08, he talks about sending a gif of Fritz as a joke, but says he didn't think about the consequences. He owns up to it as a mistake. So at this point in his statement, Kamguyza talks about sending a gif of Fritz and admits that it was a joke, but he didn't really think about how people would take it. He straight up calls it a mistake. This part is kind of vague because we don't know exactly what kind of gif it was or why people got upset over it, but from the way he words it, it sounds like either it was something inappropriate or it was harmless but it got taken the wrong way. Now, this one is where things get a bit more serious. He mentions NV, someone he calls a friend, and admits to looking them up online and visiting them for their birthday. At first, that might not sound like a big deal, but think about it. If this was done without permission, it's pretty weird. He even says, I understand that I shouldn't do that, meaning he realized afterward that it wasn't okay. The fact that he regrets it shows some self-awareness, but still, it's kind of concerning that he did it in the first place. He also mentioned that he didn't want Envy interfering with his R63 content and past, which kind of makes you wonder, was he really just visiting as a friend or was there more to it? Maybe he wanted to make sure they wouldn't say anything about him. Hard to say, but definitely something to think about. At this part, Kamguyza flat out denies that he has a backup account. Now, the fact that he felt the need to say this makes me think people were accusing him of using a second account to do shady things, maybe to evade bans or hide his identity. The question is, do we believe him? Because if there's evidence that he was using a second account, then this statement doesn't really mean much. But if there's no proof, then maybe it really was just a false accusation. At 8:23, he brings up a picture that people were questioning and says a friend took it. He points out that in the image, the person on the right is Envy's friend, the one in the left is his friend, and the one in the middle is himself. 8:55. This part is actually pretty interesting. He talks about someone asking a ton of questions, and at first he was fine with it, but then, out of nowhere, they started asking personal stuff, which made him uncomfortable. Now, this is a big one. Towards the end of his message, Kamguyza straight up admits that he kept things hidden from his audience for 4 years. That alone kind of proves that people weren't just overreacting. There was something that he didn't want people to know. He follows it up by saying he accepts responsibility for his mistakes and wants to move forward. And of course, he thanks people for their support, which is pretty standard in situations like this. But the real question is, what exactly did he hide for 4 years? Was it just the R63 content, or is there more that hasn't been uncovered yet? That's the part that makes this whole thing feel like there's more to the story than he's admitting. So overall, this statement is a mix of owning up to things and trying to clear his name. He admits to some mistakes, but also downplays certain things. Some parts feel genuine, like when he admits he shouldn't have visited Envy, or when he says he didn't think about the consequences of sending the GIF. Some parts still don't add up, especially the way he brushed off the backup account thing and the vague excuse about hiding stuff for 4 years. Without more details, it's hard to tell if he's actually being honest or just trying to move on without explaining everything. At the end of the day, do you think he's actually owning up to his mistakes, or is he just trying to move on without really addressing everything? Let me know what you think.